What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Mesa training video, and I hope you guys have been enjoying these training series videos for her and kind of watching her come along back into work and kind of her refreshment journey. But today the exciting stuff actually starts, and I have been putting some rides on her finally, and honestly she's been doing really great. And I did kind of flop a little bit on the first ride. So I had somebody come out to do the first ride with me, because I always kind of like to have somebody on the ground if it's possible, or at least have somebody there just in case things go wrong. So for her first ride, I wanted to have somebody there, somebody on the ground. So I had a friend come out and help me with her. And she did a great ride around the round pin, just at a walk, both directions. And I totally blanked on me to record it. So I got off and then was like, shoot, I never did a video. So I got back on and did another short few laps around the round pin. So here is that footage of her first ride. But after that, her other rides have been really good. I'll kind of walk you through them, but I have, I don't know, 5 or 6 rides on her now. She is actively posted for sale to the right owner, just because I have 2 other project horses and a colt. So somebody does need to ride her all summer. And if I find somebody that really works well with her and kind of understands the issues that I've brought her out of, then I would make her available to that person. But so far, nobody super interested jumping at the bill for her. So she's still here, and I'm still going to keep riding her until, you know, she either sells or who knows, she'll stay here and I will ride her all summer. But yeah, so let's go through her other first few rides. So for her second ride, I am still getting on and off of her just a couple of times before we start, but I cut a few of them out. And so after I get on her, I'm just going to very gently ask for steps and ask for a little direction. So you'll kind of see me pull on the reins a little bit, asking her to pick a side, and I am clicking at her, and I give her just little kicks. Nothing, you know, big, just some little taps on her side as an ask for some movement. And you're gonna hear me talk to her most of this video. That is kind of how I want to build her confidence up, is by talking to her in an encouraging voice, scratching her. And one thing with my horses is that they get talked to so much that they really start to learn my good horse voice and my bad horse voice. So I think it's really good to talk to your horses throughout the training process and use your tone of voice as a training tool. So you're going to hear me do that a lot. But I'm not really looking for much out of this ride. I just want her to walk independently around the round pin. For her first ride, I had my friend on the ground, and so she was kind of giving her direction as if we were lunging while I was on her back. So for this ride, I just want her to independently give me a walk at both directions. And you will see that she gets kind of sticky in her turns. Her first resort was to start backing up in that general direction, but you'll see me keep at her, and as soon as she actually gives to the direction I'm pulling her, then I will release or just ask her to keep walking. But she didn't try anything stupid. It wasn't a big panic attack. It's just like she was confused or just didn't know where I was asking her to go. So once she gives me that step in the right direction, I'll give her a release. And you will see her kind of licking and chewing every time this happens. And once she kind of reaches over with that foot and steps in the direction that I'm asking, she kind of licks and chews and is like, okay, I think I got it. And the more we went on, the better she got about it. So before we were done for the day, I wanted her to give me a few nice turns in both directions. And once she did that, then I was happy with her ride. So we called it a day there. But that was a good little learning session for her and kind of a refresher. And I'm really happy with how she handled it, being confused, but not like panicking or trying to fight me or anything like that. Good girl. Good girl. Good job. Good job. Yeah. See, quick little easy ride. Good girl. Good girl, Mesa. Good girl. Okay, officially her third ride. At this point, I'm not getting on and off multiple times. I'm just getting on and asking her to go. So for this ride, it was a beautiful, nice day, and it's a good day to get out and work her. So for this ride, I wanted to push her and ask her for a little bit more. For one, I wanted to make sure her turns were good, and really her turns have been good ever since the last ride. So making sure she's turning well in both directions. And I wanted to get a little bit of trot out of her today, just because her attitude and her demeanor is very mellow. She really hasn't put up much of a fight at all with me. So being she's so relaxed and easygoing, I wanted to push her a little bit and see if I could get a trot out of her. So for this ride, you'll see me ask for a trot in both directions, and I don't need much. I really just wanted to get like a half lap around the pin and just get some trotting steps with me on her back. So it takes a little bit. She's naturally pretty lazy. Her confidence is low. So you'll hear me clicking at her, kissing at her, asking her to trot. And at the same time, I am giving her little kicks on the side. Nothing major, just some little taps, like I said earlier. And as long as she gives me just, a half lap around the round pin of trotting, then that's all I need from her. I let her walk, I give her a release, and I do scratch her, talk to her, and just all the things that I've mentioned before already up to this point, just re-encouraging her, giving her that release and that reward when she does what I ask. And so once we do it in both directions and I feel like, she's challenged a little bit, then that's about all I want from her from this ride. But I was really, really happy with how she did. And so from here, we're just going to keep going up, and I'm going to ask her for a little bit more trotting the next time. I'm not sure I'll get her up to a lope in this round pin because it's just a bit too small for that. But I do have suspicions that when Mesa was originally broke out, she was taught some buttons, because as I've gone on riding her thus far, she does occasionally pivot on her back end during some of her turns. She does have a tendency, and I don't know if I got it in any of these clips, but when I first get on her and squeeze with my legs, her first reaction every single time is to back up. And I know that some Western pleasure horses are trained that way, that squeezing in with the legs is backing up. And you'll even see me before I get off of her, I start to kind of ask and see if she will side pass, because she has a lot of sideways movements. And so I don't wonder if I am maybe hitting some buttons that she learned in her previous life and I just don't realize it. So as we go on with her training, I'm going to kind of play around with it. I might ask some of my Western pleasure friends for advice, but I do have suspicions that she was taught some fancier buttons that I don't know how to ride. So I'll keep you guys updated on that, and we'll kind of play around with it and see what happens there. But overall, I'm happy with how she's going so far. So yeah. Well guys, that is all I have for this video. If you guys have enjoyed this video or this series in general following Mesa, please give this video a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe so you can see her progress throughout the summer if you're not already. And thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for the next video and we'll see you then. Bye.